A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel. In this channeling session, we are going to be talking about a DM who has taken up to God after being abandoned or thrown out, or you can use the word disowned, by the same people who had decided everything for him, including the separation with the DF. So he's now been disowned by them. After obviously the masculine starts figuring things out, starts getting into a real awakening phase, they start rejecting the things that they were being told by other people. They reject the ideas given by the society, or the society that they're a part of. So obviously the family members, they don't like it, okay, and they feel like he needs to do what we have been telling him to do. He can't just go by his own understandings or own things. So as soon as he starts living by his own rules, and he's obviously not doing it in a negative way, okay, he's not doing it like I want to do it. That's his purity, that's his authenticity, that he has finally reached to a place where he has started awakening his inner feminine. Earlier he was just masculine, okay. When the awakening happens, the inner feminine of the masculine, it awakens. Then he becomes a nurturer. In fact, if his relationship did not work out with the DF also, that is purely because of the decision makers of his life or the people he had been living with, following him with. So when the feminine lets it be, that's why I say please surrender and let the masculine be. You just do your own healing. When you do your own healing, when you get into your therapy or your fixing up yourself, your life, even if it takes 6 months or 1 year, that should not matter to you. First of all, some people are thinking the union will happen in 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, 2 months. Get out of that. I'm going to give you a realistic figure, okay? Realistic time. It will never fix that fast because these problems are in your DNA. These problems are there since your childhood, since your womb you have carried these problems because of which you are in separation. You are going through this deep pain of separation. So how it can get fixed in such a small time or just one go? Sometimes people are expecting that even in reading, once I take a reading it will get fixed. That's not how it works, my friends. Reading and counseling sessions, I'll explain it to you right now. What are they? We have therapy, then we have reading, then we have counseling. Counseling and reading are literally almost the same thing. In reading, you just go by intuition, and in counseling, you become very direct and you say, okay, what should I do? Okay, keep everything aside. Then counseling is like I literally have to put sense into whosoever comes to me, I have to put sense into them. But actually, in real time, it is a charge. You get a charge. Basically, like your phone needs battery, you need battery in your phone to charge, you put it on charge and it starts working, right? So when you get a reading, you get a counseling session or you get a hand-holding session, because in the reading and after the reading, you are very positive for some time, okay? You are very positive and you go like, yes, I can do everything, I can do this, I can do that. And then I'm not even saying people, I'm not expecting you to suddenly turn around everything in one day. I never say that. I have also put so much time in myself. So how can, it's the same for other people, right? So when they go back in the world, they leave from here, they are very excited. Maybe some people, the charge will last for a month or more than that. They are very positive, they are gung-ho, they are doing their inner work, they get into a stable state of mind. After some time, the charge gets over. Then again they come back. They don't come back. Sometimes they just get very negative and they just feel bad and they're like, okay, maybe I know this, maybe I know that, but it cannot happen. And that's why I say in therapy you get regular charge. Every few days you get a charge, every few days, and you figure it out. You learn that, okay, this is how I need to get charged. What if my coach is not there? What if the therapist is not there? All the time therapist cannot be there with you, right? After therapy, you can get 1 therapy, 2 therapy, 3 therapy. You can get all 7 of them or 10 of them which are mentioned. But after that, what? Even the therapist will be like, dude, I've given you all the therapies. Now please go. So then you need to work on yourself. So in the therapies, we try to teach people how to try to figure out a way to charge themselves. Some people learn it in one therapy itself, some people learn in two, some people learn in three, some people need hand holding, and there's no shame in that. There's no shame in saying, okay, I need hand holding, I need counseling, I need some advice, okay? Because you need, the actual truth is you need to get charged because you have become very negative. You have become very negative, you are becoming empty because of whatever happens, okay, because of other people. So the masculine also, first he is with the feminine, everything is good, everything is fine. They both charge each other's batteries, they're very happy with each other in their small little world of love and all that. But then starts, 3D problems starts happening, the programming and everything, all the difficulties, the parents, the family members, the job, money, career, all the things that, in the 3D world there are so many blocks, all of the blocks appear. And she goes away. Say, in some case, the feminine goes away to someone because she has no option, because her family puts some pressure on her, or there is some age issue happening, or something is happening. So she says, okay, I need to live my life. I cannot wait for this guy. I cannot wait for this guy to, do this or do that. The guy is also like, okay, I cannot do what she's telling me to do because I'm not getting any support, or maybe she's not right entirely. Or at that point in time, maybe he doesn't even know. Technically, at that time, when the feminine is putting pressure on the masculine, he doesn't know the value of the connection. He doesn't know what this connection is going to do in his life. It's going to change. It's going to transform him, So at that time, he's like, okay, it's okay, she's going away. Or in some cases, she goes away. But it happens both sides, In some cases, it happens very nicely. I have spoken to many people who have told me, no, we never fought. Some people tell me, oh, we fought. We blocked each other. We said this. We abused each other. We accused each other. Blah, blah, blah. In some cases, or nothing of that sort happens. Very amicably they go away. Very amicably they say, okay, fine. Okay, you live your life, I live my life. No problem. And then both of them live their life, and then suddenly they realize that it's not happening. Whatever they were thinking is not working out. So now I see this masculine, the beginning is that he's very sad, he's very undernourished as in not because of just food, but because he's not getting the right type of love. Earlier, he was thinking that all the people around me, they are the right people for me, whatever they decide for me, that's correct. But now they are against him, completely against him. They are telling him that you're wrong, you're stupid, because he is standing against them. Now he's questioning their ways. He's questioning their ideologies. He's saying, why are we so money-minded? Why are we so materialistic? Don't we have enough? Maybe in that department, in some other department. So whatever triggered him to leave the feminine. Always remember, the excuses masculine gives when he is leaving the feminine, those are the areas he is going to heal. The things he says, maybe he says, I don't have time for all this. I have better things to do. I think I need to settle down, or I need to do business, or I need to study. Whatever reason he gives to the feminine, and the feminine cannot say anything because his reasons or his, opinions are so strong at that point in time. She's also like, okay, fine, he wants to do it, what can I say? He doesn't want to be with me, he wants to be with someone else. So the reasonings, and at the same time, whatever opinions he had, he will have to face it by experience. So after she goes away, only after she fully goes away and grows away from him, after she completely detaches from him, that is when his awakening will start. And why do we heal the feminine? Why do we give therapy to the feminine, or counseling, or anything, any work we do with the feminine is to help them become completely detached with the masculine. The idea they have about the masculine, and that's the reason why it takes time. That's the reason why therapy sessions are long. It's not like one session. Some people say, oh, can I take one session? I think after one session I should get into union. Like, come on. What are you saying? It doesn't work like that. Or you do your own work. Nobody is saying you have to come to me only or whatever. You can do it on your own, but you need to give time to yourself. Don't live under this assumption that it will happen very soon. Let's be open, let's be honest. I don't want to give any false hopes to all of you people. Like a lot of other coaches or channels like Law of Attraction people will give you such false hopes. I'm not against them. Okay guys, I'm not against them because there are so many of them. But I have noticed maximum of them, they'll make the video content in such a way that it will look like today only you started and tomorrow it will bring result to you. That's not how it works. So now what is happening with the masculine? First, he gets abandoned by those people. This is the time he will experience what is real abandonment. So if he does not comply to those people, if he does not conform to their ways, they are even willing to disown him. He never thought. Basically, they are also threatening him. Let me tell you, they are also threatening him. They try to scare him. If you don't do this, we'll disown you. If you don't do that, we'll leave you. If you don't do this, you're out of this. You're not getting any benefits, any perks, nothing you're getting. We have done a lot for you. But all his life he thinks that they have loved him for real. But they have not. They have loved him because it shapes their ego. It helps them in their reality. The child is not a child individually. The child is a part of their world, their image building or whatever. Had it been unconditional love, had it been service, had it been selfless work, anything, then I would have said, okay, they are great, the child should be there, the child should contribute. But that's not what they do. It's all materialistic, completely pure materialistic people, material driven people. They cannot help him energetically, come on. So when first heartbreak he gets when they threaten him, then he does not listen. He's like, come on, they're not going to threaten, they're not going to do it for real, they're just threatening me. And he keeps trying to convince them, like this, like that, you should do this. And then he figures out that they're actually disowning him. Again, they are trying to scare him. They think that we are going to disown the masculine, we are going to throw him out, we are going to boycott the masculine. He will get a lesson, he will, learn, and he will come back after a few days, he'll come back to us, begging and crying, begging and being like, because he's not used to it. He's not used to be independent. He's not used to make his own decisions. So how is he going to make his decision? He would need us. But all this game they play, when they get very vile and when they show this reality of them, their insecurities, their frustration, it hurts him. It's the expression. I don't know how to give that expression to you. The expression where a person is shocked but at the same time very hurt, that type of expression. And he's thinking, like, when you're thinking, your eyes go left, your eyes go right, you're shocked, your expression is like full of pain. That is the thing he goes through. He has that expression for such a long time, like even when he's sitting alone, he's thinking, like, what just happened? What just happened to me? Why did they do this to me? Because I don't want to be like them? Because I have some dreams, because I think I can have a better life, because I can do better things, I can be real, I can be pure. I left everything for them. I left even love for them, just because I wanted to make them happy. And one more thing is there, that first the masculine really looks up to them, okay? Really looks up to them, no doubt. Their achievements, their success, everything, the 3D success they have, the confidence they have, he feels like they are right. But slowly and gradually, this, like I said, when the feminine detaches fully, when she's done her work and she's independent, then his number will come, his turn will come, okay? So now he's in the outside world, he has no support. For the first time he has no support. Otherwise, all his life he was getting support and all the things were being given to him. This is the first time he is completely on his own. He doesn't even have a penny from them, Now he's like, I'm going to try things on my own. Will it work or will it not work? So he goes to many people, and this is the phase where he looks for mentors, okay? He looks for mentors and he looks for genuine mentors. Maybe because, his family was his mentor earlier. His family or whatever, whosoever did this to him, they were the mentors actually. So how in twin flame dynamic, this is very interesting. The person who is doing spiritual inner work, they also meet false mentors, because they are never really getting it from their own people. So obviously they go out in the world. So first they also meet false mentors, and when they realize that these false mentors are not giving anything to me, they're only sucking out my energy and putting me more into illusions, now I need to look for the real ones. Then they start looking, they do more research work. But it only happens after pain, after more betrayal, after more sadness, after a dark night has gone by. They can recognize, and then even they, in their narcissistic group is there, where they realize, okay, these people never cared for me. They're only there for the other people. They're only there for the worldly image. So look at the similarity and look at the polarity. Both is there. In the masculine case, he was given all the materialistic benefits. He was giving all the love and affection, support by his mentors, by his caretakers, but they were doing it because of their own personal image. Like how they are within the family, how they are within the relatives, how they are within a business, they need to run a business and all of that. And in terms of feminine, they are also being with her, spending time with her, living with her, whatever, taking care of her, but they are doing it for the outside world, so that in the other people's world, they are coming across as good people, who are good to the child, basically. No one, whether it's masculine or feminine, nobody is getting the real love, okay? So when he goes to the genuine master or genuine teachers or healers or coaches or whatever way, when he, even on internet, when they search, when they look for it, even they read the book, they realize that they need to do actual hard work now. Now is the time to do inner work. See, the bells are ringing. Now is the time to do inner work. Why? Because without hard work, without real work, without effort, true effort, genuine effort, without actual trying, nothing happens. So he starts living a very inner work oriented lifestyle now. Okay, so maybe he starts a new business, he's learning from a better mentor, like maybe say his father or mother are hardcore, staunch business people. Very successful, materialistically very sound, and then he does everything they tell him, he leaves the feminine behind and whatever. But after doing business for 2 years or 3 years with them, he realizes that they are very corrupt. They are very corrupt people. And now he realizes how they made so much money. Because of the corrupt practices, because of the selfishness. They were keeping everything to themselves and they were giving nothing to the other people, So I don't want to do that. So he finds a better person, better mentor who says, okay, come my child, I will teach you. I will show you how to do business. He may be having a small shop, he may be having a simple setup, he may be having normal things, but he's a contributor, and at the same time he's very happy and peaceful. The same thing happened, the same story, there's a beautiful story of Kabir. I don't know how many of you know about Saint Kabir, Sant Kabir. He was one of our masters of India, very magical, very mystical man, okay? And you must read about him because his dohas, his poetry, his words are very popular. Many masters have given so much to us, Meera is there, Kabir is there, Guru Nanak Dev Ji is there, Rahim is there, Rumi is there. These are very genuine people, who have tried to tell people about love and being a householder. So Kabir was also a householder. He was also married, okay, he had a wife and he had a small business, okay. So Kabir used to run a small shop, and that was his business. He never became a business tycoon or anything. He did his simple work every day. So Sultan Ibrahim Adham was very rich. He had many beautiful wives. He was so rich. He had lakhs of horses, plenty of elephants and huge army. And he was materialistically very sound, okay. But if the root chakra is not awakened fully, then again there is no happiness, there is no peace, there is pain and a lot of things. This Ibrahim Sultan was so rich that even his shoes, one shoe would be 2 lakhs or 3 lakhs, just a shoe. Okay, in today's world people wear shoes, they say, oh, I bought this shoe from this person, this shoe is so many thousands of dollars, it's from this brand or that brand. It's just a value of the brand, and that is an illusion. But if your shoes has expensive jewels, if it has diamonds, if it has gold on it, then it is actually expensive, isn't it? If you have a shoe which has a label of this company or that company, how is it expensive? This is just a stupid label, okay? It may be comfortable, okay, let's agree to that, but The pricing is nothing. This is a real pricing. This is a real wealthy man. He is wearing diamonds on his shoes. He is wearing expensive jewels on his shoes. Okay. So what happened was that Sultan Ibrahim was unhappy, and Sultan Ibrahim's story is also similar to Buddha's story somehow, because Buddha also had lots of money, he was rich, he was a king, crown prince, but he was not happy. He had a beautiful wife, he had a child, everything was there, but he was very unhappy, very miserable, and which is what led to inner work. Here also Sultan Ibrahim felt like, he was not happy. Okay. Some of his shoes were so precious, he used to have 2.5 lakh, like you can count, 2.5 lakh diamonds attached to it. I don't know how that happens, like how really it works out. Maybe it's a very big shoe, till the knee, like boots or something, but full of diamonds. So anyway, he went to Kabir and he asked Kabir to teach him, to initiate him. I'm not gonna make it a long story because I want to explain to you guys how the masculine figures out the true teacher or mentor, how they help him. We cannot compare any mentor to masters, because masters are they are enlightened, ascended masters are, oh my god, you cannot even compare them. But I'm just saying, that type of energy, he receives little bit of that mentoring, that love, that care and guidance, and people can help you in any form. That's what I'm trying to say. They don't have to be rich or poor. They don't have to be famous or non-famous. So this Sultan goes to Kabir, and Kabir runs his small business. He has a simple house, and he's a Sultan, such a rich Sultan. He knocks at his door and he says, I am so and so person, I am Sultan Ibrahim, and I have come to you. Please consider me your disciple. I want to be your student. So Kabir says, why such a big Sultan, such a big king you are? Why are you coming here? Go away. I don't have time for all this. He says, no, please listen to me. I want to be your student. No. I don't want. What can I do for a Sultan? A Sultan can do for so many people. Sultan has everything. What can I give to a Sultan like you? I don't have anything. Go away. Finally, after convincing and all, actually it is the wife of Kabir, Luni. He says to Kabir that, look, you already are running this whole business by yourself. You need a good assistant. You need an apprentice. And whether you take, because Kabir had his own rules and regulations, okay? He was like, I don't want to teach this person. So she was like, you don't have to do anything else, but just keep him as your assistant, okay? Because you are so loaded with work, you have to go and distribute this and that, you have to, all the things, cooking, cleaning. If I also need help or something, then you can ask him. Imagine such a Sultan who has an army and this and that. He's come to Kabir's door. Kabir still refuses to him. And then finally he doesn't leave. He stays there only. He's like, I'm not going from here. And then his wife thinks, my husband is being so this. Let me convince him. So she says, keep him as your, one of your person. Even you can give him a peon's job. What's the big deal? But it will make your life slightly easier. And in exchange, he can learn from you. He can watch you. And as it is, it's a Sultan. It would be so difficult for him to learn. So you keep him as a worker here. You keep him as an assistant here, working with you for a few years. Maybe he will learn and all. So Kabir goes like, okay, she is right. I have a lot of work and it becomes very difficult for me to manage sometimes. So let me just hire him. Then he hires him as a assistant, as a, you can say, apprentice or something. And then he starts working and this and that. All the chores are given to him. And so he works for many years. I'm again not going very deep in the story. Crux of the matter is, crux of this point is that such a big Sultan, in order to learn, he stays with Kabir for over a decade, okay? And even when he's leaving, after all, like Kabir was, you leave now, you are ready. I have given you the main thing. I have given you the Bij mantra. I have given you the sound mantra. Now you can go and do your work. So Kabir says goodbye to him, and Sultan Ibrahim is not willing to go. He said, where will I go, master? If I leave you, I will not be happy. So he's like, your time to study, your time for inner work is complete now. Okay? Now you go and you connect, you will integrate with source. So see, this is how they work. He left everything he left to learn the truth. Truth does not come so easily. Okay? In fact, there is another small little interesting incident that when after many years, Kabir's wife told him that, don't you think he's ready by now? Don't you think he's prepared? He's been working with you for such a long time. So Kabir says, no, he's not ready yet. Now a few years had passed by, he's not ready yet. So his wife says, what more is needed? He's so obedient, he does not say anything. Whatever job you give him, he never questions your job, he always does your work. And whenever you give him, whatever food you give him, whatever meals you give him, he never complains. Being a king, being a this, being a that, he eats whatever you give it to him. So what more, how much you want to, train him? Because his wife starts feeling bad, She's like, what a difficult teacher he is. My husband is such a difficult teacher. So he says, okay, you want to know why he is not ready? Fine. Tomorrow morning when he leaves from the house, when he leaves the door of your house, you put all the garbage of the house, okay? You put all the dirty water, all the garbage, and you throw it over his head. And then listen to him. Listen to his reply carefully. And come to me and tell me what he says. Okay? She says, fine. Next morning he wakes up, whatever, master's wife is ready. She's excited. Oh, I got a new adventure today. She puts all the waste, and as soon as he is leaving, she pours it over his head. And immediately Ibrahim replies and says, if this was Bukhara, because he was the king of Bukhara, if this was king of Bukhara, you don't even know what I would have done. This would not have been accepted or something like that. So his wife is very shocked. She said, I thought he's very obedient. How come you knew this? How come you knew that he is not ready yet? So he said his ego is still there. He still thinks he is the king of Bukhara. He still thinks he is very big sultan. He still thinks he is this, he is that, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So his ego needs to go. Until the time he is not ready, I told you his vessel is not ready. After that, he remained there. After this incident also, he stayed there for more 10 years. Okay. And then finally he said, now his vessel is ready. There is no difference in his outside and inside. He's not living in duality now. He is in singularity. He's in union now. So now, tomorrow you try it again on him. Okay, she says, fine. She's again excited. Wow, something new will happen. She throws all the waste over his head. And when she does this to him, he replies, oh God, I am worse than this waste. So Kabir says to his wife, didn't I tell you he's ready? This test is not for me or for him. This test is for you, because you are not sure whether he's ready or not. So you see, what is his reply now? Now he's not saying, I'm the king of Bukhara. If this was my kingdom, I would have done this to you. I would have done. He's not saying that. Only because you are my wife, because I am his master, he did not do anything, but he did threaten you. Okay. Now what is he saying? I am worse than this trash. I am worse than this. Because he looks at the trash and he feels, I am worse than this. I need to work on myself. I need to keep doing my work. So that type of person, now he is ready. Okay. So the masculine, I can see in this channeling session, the energy is that he is coming from such a rich background. Now, okay, whosoever this masculine is, if he is not rich, okay, maybe you know your masculine, you know your twin flame, or whosoever that person was better. If he was not very rich also, he must have been very pampered. Okay. Sometimes you don't have to be very wealthy to be very pampered. You don't have to be fancy rich to be privileged. A normal family can spoil their son like anything. They can make their son feel like, oh, my baby, my pumpkin. The mother is constantly kissing the child, kissing the boys. She has 2 boys or 1 boy. She's spoiling the boys. She's slogging herself. Oh, my boys, my son, my son. So that type of over pampering, attached love. So now, what I'm feeling from this channeling is that he is living a very simple life right now, opposite to what he used to live. No longer he has the fancy things, no longer he has the fancy business. or fancy room or fancy house or fancy car or anything. He's traveling in a local bus, he's going in a metro, he's eating at a local shop, eating at the street food joint, and he's really enjoying it also. He's like, this is so good, so tasty. He's sleeping on the floor maybe. He puts the mentor whosoever has kept him, or wherever he's getting the training, he's really working on himself, facing his problems, facing his demons. Mentor says, son, I cannot give you a fancy bed, I just have a very simple bed over there. He's like, okay. He sleeps on the bed. He's like, this bed is not comfortable. He goes on the floor, puts the mattress on the floor and sleeps on the floor. Every night he's doing that now. He's liking it. And this, all this effort that he's making, all this honesty that he is doing, putting into his work, basically now he is doing something on his own, by himself, So now he starts doing all the extra work also. He starts cleaning up, he starts arranging things, he starts organizing, he starts valuing every single minute that he gets, every single minute. He's going so deep within. His skill is improving, people can see he has a soul. Now his teacher, not master, his teacher is very happy with him, because teacher sees that he's attracting clients, he's attracting customers. And I'm giving you an example of business. You can think about it from different perspectives also. It could be business, it could be job, because he's in the matrix reality. Okay, masculines learn from the matrix reality. Feminines do their inner work, whatever spiritual, and they get all this information in a different way. Actually, it is the same thing, my friends. It's the same thing. There's no difference, but the style is different, the situation is different. Now he is getting a lot of people, the teacher, the coach is very happy with him, because first of all, the coach is an honest man. Okay, if he's selling something for say $50 or $100, the value of that thing is $50 or $100. Whatever price he's put, he's not doing any extra thing. He's not doing marketing. He's not catching the customers, or he's giving bad quality products or something like that. He's not like how his people were doing. Okay. And I'm being shown a business example. I don't know why. There has to be a reason behind it, so you guys can figure it out. He felt that his family was corrupt. His family was fake. His family was phony. They were just full of marketing gimmicks. Outside image was very nice. Inside they were, what you call it, hollow. Okay. In Hindi we have a word called khokhla. Andar se khokhla. Okay. Andar se khokhla. Inside they're hollow. Outside very good image. Very big brand. They are. Here he's saying, this man's product is so good. My teacher's quality is so good. But still he's so simple and he's doing some meaningful work. Okay. And this boy or this man, whatever you want to call him, he starts attracting a lot of people. So the teacher is very impressed with him. Teacher is very happy with his progress. Teacher says, oh, I trained you for these many days, these many months. Basically, he works with the teacher for a long time. Okay. He's like there, he learns a lot, he becomes very independent, his skill is very good. Now he's becoming a real person, And how we know that he has spent a good amount of time is because there is a change in his clothing, there is a change in his hairstyle, there is a change in his body language, there is a change in the way he walks and talks. All those things, basically, He has changed now. He looks different. And now he started connecting with the very high master. He's connecting with the source now. Okay. Basically, I'm not saying that his teacher is not a good person or anything. The teacher has done the job. Teacher is a medium, okay? Teacher is connecting him with the source. Teacher is not saying you come to me. You come to me, I am your God. Teacher is not saying that. Teacher is not saying you pray to me. Teacher is saying you pray to God only. God is going to help you, okay? God is going to guide you. But I can only give you the skill, okay? So now he is connecting with the higher spirits, and this is what is being shown to me in this channeling. That the masculine, and this is where the channeling also ends, the masculine has now finally started getting connected to higher beings. The actual source connection is happening now with him. So he will feel the true love, and this is where he will make the connection, will make the true contact with the feminine. And he will also go back to those people First, he will go back to those people who genuinely cared for him, who were giving him good advice, but because of his own connections, the ones who were egotistical, he left those people, He was like, I'm not going to listen to them because they're wrong. They could be wrong. So now he's like, I want to go back and now make the connection with all those people who have helped me, who have cared for me, but I could not see it. Maybe it could be one uncle in the house who everyone ignores, everyone does not like him, they all talk badly about him. And the uncle was very nice to him. He also got good vibes from him. But because of everyone, he kept a distance. Maybe, I'm just giving an example. Maybe it could be an auntie like that. Maybe it could be a cousin sister like that who's very free spirited. She has all these tattoos and she lives alone, or she's doing something and the family's telling him, don't go to her, don't talk to her, she's a bad influence. Now he's realizing that all those people that my own people was putting me away, keeping me away from, those are the good people. I need to go and connect with them openly now. Okay, I need to go to them. They will understand me better, and because I understand them better. So on this note, I will close this channeling session. For personal readings, for private sessions, for therapies, you can check out the description box. It has all the details, my friends. Some of the people ask me, what should I do? What should I take? I get these questions a lot. Should I take a reading? Should I take a counseling? Should I take a therapy? My advice to you is, do what you resonate with most. Whatever you feel like, okay, if you feel like taking a reading, you take a reading. If you feel like taking a therapy, you do that. Whatever you feel connected to. Okay, that's one thing. And once you're sure, you can simply book the session, whatever session you take, and please let me know once you do it. Sometimes it happens that we don't see the mail on time, but you can just send it to me. I try to be as punctual as I can be in replying. And just do one thing, one big favor on me. Don't share your details as in your twin flame journey with me. Okay. And even though I say it many times, still it keeps happening. But I'll keep saying that I won't be able to do a therapy, I won't be able to do a reading for you. Therapy can still be done with information, but I won't be able to do a proper reading with you if you send me everything in advance. There are other people who are doing it this way. God bless them, and whatever they are doing, I hope they do well, whatever. But this is not my style of doing a reading or a personal session. First, we will connect, and in the session, during the session, automatically you will realize, automatically the story will come out, automatically will reach to the story. Okay, so that's all for now for this particular session. Thank you so much for being here with me. One love and peace out.